Hi everyone. So again, my name is Nicole Burnett and I'm a resident services supervisor at the Ontario Tech University Residence. So like I said, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about who we are, our process, and things you should be thinking about at this point in the application season. So I'm going to start off by telling you about our different buildings and room types. We operate two buildings on campus, South Village and Simcoe Village. These buildings are about a 5-minute walk from each other and just about everything else on campus as well. And within those two buildings, we have 6 different room styles. So to start off, South Village is made up of all the same room style. They're semi-private accommodations wherein you have a private bedroom area and you share a kitchenette and bathroom with your one roommate. It's also important to note that students living in South Village are required to have a meal plan. Simcoe Village is made up of 5 different room styles: semi-private, open concept doubles, open concept quads, and singles. And meal plans are not required for any student living in Simcoe Village. Here's a little bit more detail about each of these room types. So to start off, we have North Hall. That's our semi-private accommodation in Simcoe Village. So the room is set up very similar to South Village. You have a private bedroom and you share your kitchenette and bathroom with your one roommate. Central Hall and South Hall are our open concept double rooms. So these are also shared with one roommate, but they look more like your traditional hotel room. They have an open bedroom area with a small dividing wall between the 2 beds, and they have a shared kitchenette and bathroom. And finally, we have a very limited number of single rooms and quad rooms. Our single rooms are South Hall rooms, where you have the whole room space to yourself. And our quad rooms are also South Hall rooms, however, they're shared among 4 people. So our quad rooms are outfitted with double-sized bunk beds and plenty of extra storage space. And both these room styles also have the kitchenette and the bathroom. You're able to take a virtual tour of any of these room styles at any time at ontariotechuresidence.ca, and pricing is also listed on that website. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why we feel you should choose Residence. Our focus is very much on the student experience. We work with each of our students individually on their needs and requests in order to make sure that they have the best experience that they can. Living in residence also gives you a really perfect opportunity to meet new people and get involved. So we offer nightly programming in our lobbies with our Residence Life team. We also offer the chance to join our Residence Council, which allows you to really be a voice for the student residence community. So by living on campus and having the opportunity to make all these great connections, we feel that you really have more time and more access to all the great things that Ontario Tech University has to offer. So some other reasons why we feel you should choose Residence, as you see listed here. So we do offer 8-month leases. Our desks are staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including all holidays. We have a team of resident advisors, and those are upper year students who are available to you to help you navigate the transition between high school and post-secondary. Our buildings are secure in that you require a key card to access both the common areas and the individual residence rooms. We offer extremely flexible payment plans and work with all of our students' individual financial situations. We have a residence outreach worker that you see pictured in the slide here at the bottom right-hand side. That's our residence outreach worker, Louise. She works with our residents and is available for meetings to help support their mental health and overall well-being. We offer gender-inclusive housing, which gives you the opportunity to room with your ideal roommate regardless of their gender or how they identify. We also offer an online roommate self-selection portal as part of our My Housing portal or application. So that gives you the chance to browse, contact, and select your own roommate. And finally, for our engineering students, we have our Living Learning Community GEARS. That stands for Giving Engineers Academic Resources. So our engineering students who opt into this living learning community are roomed with another student who's also opted into the community. So that allows them to live and learn with someone who's in a similar program to them. And GEARS is also supported by the engineering faculty at Ontario Tech University, and they help us coordinate dedicate study sessions to those GEARS students. So a little bit about the process. We're always accepting applications. To submit your application, you can go online to ontariotechuresidence.ca and simply click the Apply Now button. There will be a $100 non-refundable application fee in order to apply. The deadline to apply to residence to be guaranteed a space is June 1st, and that's also when our first wave of hall type assignment happens. So I'm going to give you a little bit more information about that. So when you submit your application, you're asked to rank your hall type preferences on 1 to 6, 1 being the one that you want the most. And if you submit your application before June 1st, You'll initially get a confirmation that you have a residence space, however, you will not get your hall type. And then shortly after June 1st, we use a digital lottery system to assign the hall types to all the students. And you'll get an email in the first week of June letting you know what hall type you've been assigned to. And then if you apply after that first week of June, you get your acceptance and your hall type at the same time. So again, if you missed that deadline, please still feel free to apply. We accept applications all throughout the year. However, after that initial lottery, hall types are assigned on a first come, first served basis. If you're not happy with the hall type that you've been assigned to, you will have the opportunity to request a change of hall type. So that's a section on your application where you can indicate what hall type you would like to be moved to, and you can give us a full explanation of why that move is important to your success. And then we spend the rest of our summer really working to accommodate all of those requests. So a little bit about how our roommate process works. There's a couple different options of how you're paired with your roommate. So if you know someone that you'd like to live with, you can indicate that on your application. If both students indicate each other as their requested roommate, we're usually able to accommodate that. If you'd like to select your own roommate using our online portal, please keep an eye on your email. The roommate section of the housing portal will open up at the end of July, and that'll give you time, and will give you about 2 weeks to browse on there, connect with other students, and select your own roommate. If you don't want to participate in that process, the residents will manually match you with a roommate using your answers to the personality profile to find you someone who answered those questions similarly. And then in late August, you'll get an email indicating your roommate's first name and their web screen name. And you'll use that web screen name on the My Housing portal where you're making your application to send them messages and connect with them prior to move in. One question we get a lot is, what happens if I don't get along with my roommate? Your residence experience is really our first priority. So in any situation where that happens, our residence life team will step in and work with you to mediate and resolve any issue or concerns that you have between yourself and your roommate. So some tips to consider during this point of your application. So when filling out your personality profile, please make sure that you're filling that out honestly. And parents who are helping your children apply to residence, please make sure the students filling that part out themselves. We find that it is ideal for students to answer those questions as how it relates to them, and to avoid answering the questions as to how it relates to what they think their ideal roommate would be. So really what's important to take away from that is the more honest you are, the better roommate pairing that you'll end up with. Another tip is to watch your emails. So we send lots of emails through the summer, and those include everything from application completion reminders, payment reminders, residence life updates, and that roommate portal information. And in order to ensure that you receive all these emails and get all that important information, another tip is to please ensure that you use your own personal email address. We use this email address to communicate with you during the application process, but then also after move-in to let you know some helpful tips and information about things that are going on in the residence. So it's really ideal for that email to be specific to you, the student, as opposed to, say, a family email address. So if you have a unique question or circumstance that you'd like to discuss with the residence staff, please feel free to contact us. You can contact us anytime at info@dc-otresidence.ca. We also offer live chat on our websites that is answered by our residence staff. And you can also call us at any time at 905-728-8700. If the first person you speak to doesn't have all the answers to all your questions, they'll be sure to connect you with someone who does. One thing we do every year is we have a residence theme. So this year our theme is the Roaring 20s, and you'll see that theme shown throughout our emails and throughout our programming during the school year. If you're interested, we also have a social media account. We encourage you to follow us on Instagram at DCOTRes to see what we're up to. We also use that Instagram account in conjunction with other methods to send you helpful reminders throughout the school year. And finally, the last thing I wanted to touch on was how COVID is affecting the residents. So this is something that we've gotten a lot of questions about. So right now, our application process as it relates to the September start is operating as I've described. So there may likely be some changes to this year, such as some screening questions for students to answer prior to their move-in, or spreading the move-in over the course of, say, a week as opposed to one move-in day to encourage physical distancing. However, those changes have not been confirmed yet. So as we work through the summer and we work with the university and Ontario Public Health to determine how to proceed with residents safely, we will be sending information to students via email and contacting students via phone if there's any changes to our process that they need to be aware of. So that's all the information I have for you tonight. If you have any refreshers or have any questions about anything that I didn't cover, please feel free to contact us at info@dc-otresidence.ca, and we'll make sure to get that information to you. Thank you.